It's Monday, and this is the Morning Booster. Welcome back, everyone, to another video where I crack open a booster pack and talk about magic. So, for today's video, we're going to be cracking open a Double Masters standard booster. Gotta make sure I say that right, because this is definitely not a VIP booster. If you saw the video on Saturday where I talked about the case break I participated in last week, you know that I'm not particularly keen on the VIPs. There's some beautiful, fantastic cards in there, but I think the price point is just simply too high for what they are. So I'm a little bit disappointed still with this whole set, but given that, I wanted to open up another Double Masters, give it one more try just to see if it was something that I liked at all, or if I wanted to maybe explore it more down the road. So let's crack this bad boy open and see what we get today. So, for this morning's video, we start off with a Sanctum Gargoyle. Salivating Gremlins. Wow, I like that one. That's some fun art right there. Whereas the Sanctum Gargoyle, I don't think is particularly that great of a looking card. The Salivating Gremlins just it hits a spot with me. The Gremlins definitely look like anteaters, but I'll go for that. I think it's a unique take on them. But let's see here. So this is 1 red, 2 colorless. When an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, Salivating Gremlins gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. So one of the things last night, Z and I were playing a game, and he has his black-green deck, and he's been tweaking it. And amazingly, he's been tweaking it towards building around trample. And a few cards out of Ikoria that really can take advantage of trample. So I think in a future video, I'm going to share his deck and talk a little bit more about it. Again, I'm focused on casual play, but I was quite impressed by the deck he put together last night. It was quite an interesting mechanic, and I said quite now 5 times in a row, but you get my point. It was a really fun deck that was built around trample that I liked. So maybe in a future video, I will share that with everybody. All right. Is that a Scavenger? Sillimangar. That's got to be it. I'm adding an E instead of an A. This is a zombie bird exploit. When this creature enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. All right. That doesn't really do anything for me, so we're just going to move on. Ooh, Golem Skin Gauntlet. So this is 1 mana. Equipped creature gets +1/+0 for each equipment attached to it. Ooh, this would be a fun one in my current soldier deck, because I've been using the short swords, and to combine this with the short swords would be quite handy. I'm playing a dweeb deck, so, you know, a lot of little 1/1s, 2/2s, that sort of thing. So I definitely could take advantage of this one, so I might be hitting my deck soon. Ooh, Quarter Monitor. I like that one. This one's another cool looking card. Now, this reminds me of Dungeons and Dragons, the polyhedrons, I forget what they were called, the modrons, I think they are, but they were a bunch of a race that's basically, their hierarchy is based on shapes, geometry. So, God, I can't even talk. Holy cow. We would edit this out, but what's the fun in that? But anyways, so it reminds me of that. Granted, now this is a lantern with a keyhole in it, so it is different, but it is a cool looking image. So some pretty cool artwork to see here. Pyrite Wellspring. So when Pyrite Wellspring enters the battlefield or put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. All right. Definitely feeling like this booster is scratching my artifact itch, and we're going to see one of my favorite cards here. You know what? Clearly the Angel of Dawn wants to be on screen, so she deserves it, being as beautiful as she is. But we also got a Pyrite Spellbomb. This was out of Mirrodin. I remember these ones. It's 1 mana, 1 red, sacrifice the Spellbomb. It deals 2 damage to any target. Or 1, sacrifice Spellbomb, draw a card. So very handy in my opinion. Good little artifact to have. And there's our Angel of Dawn. I'm not going to fawn over her too much. Again, beautiful card. Love it. Below her, though, is our first uncommon. So this is Fatal Push. I believe Fatal Push is actually going for almost $1 right now. So this is a decent card. It's 1 black. Destroy target creature if it has a converted mana cost of 2 or less. Revolt. Destroy the creature if it has a converted mana cost of 4 or less. Instead, if a permanent you controlled left the battlefield this turn. For 1 black mana, I can see why this is a popular card. Definitely would not want Z to get it because he's already pretty good at killing all my creatures, so, and they're all low mana cost mostly, so I don't want to make him even better at it than he already is. But definitely a good card. We'll put that one aside here for the moment. Just kind of spread things out a little bit more. Cog Work Assembler. So this is another artifact. Wow, man, a lot of artifacts in this booster. So this guy's 3, and then for 7, create a token that's a copy of a target artifact. That token gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. I can see a lot of use for it, but that 7 cost is ridiculously high. Still, I think I would probably play around with if I ever did an artifact deck of sorts. All right, next up we've got Dread Return. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Flashback. Sacrifice 3 creatures. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, then exile it. Nice. Alright, next up, I believe, will be our first rare. So this is the Aethersworn Canonist. And let's see, she is 1 white, 1 colorless. Each player who has cast a non-artifact spell this turn can't cast an additional... Wow, ooh. I think that one's going into my deck. She's a human cleric. I would love to see that because that really stops a lot of some of the combos that Z is using on me right now. So something to consider. It is a rare. Don't know what the value is. You're looking at it right now as you watch the video, but definitely something to consider going forward. So our second rare, though, is Ferexian Metamorph. All right, so can be paid as either blue. Okay, so this is interesting. I haven't seen this guy before. So you can either use blue mana or 2 life, and when the Ferexian Metamorph enters the battlefield as a copy of any artifact or creature on the battlefield, except it's an artifact in addition to its other types. Interesting. Okay, so 2 interesting rares. I really like that first one. So our first foil now is Remember the Fallen. We've seen this before in other sets. Nothing I'm really excited about, so we're just going to move on. Whoop-de-doo, it's a foil. And my second one is just another common foil, which is Costly Plunder. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards. All right. And that should be our land and our token. So there's our token. And, oh, no land. Okay, but that's a pretty cool token. I like that artwork on the Golem. So that's pretty sweet there. So overall, for today's booster, nothing to get too excited about. Nothing that I'm really raving or, again, feel like the $15 price tag on these boosters is worthwhile to me as a casual collector. Again, I would love to hear the feedback of you, the viewers. What are you thinking of Double Masters? Now that it's released and the hype is starting to die down, do you still feel like this is a fantastic, great release and worth the value? Or is it more of a shot in the pan where if you got something great, it's awesome, but otherwise it's really not worth the investment? So let me know in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you got any comments or questions about this particular video. I always like to get feedback and thoughts from my viewers. If you are enjoying the videos, certainly hit that like button or subscribe. Every subscription gets us one closer to me cracking open a Zendikar booster. So once we get to 1,000 subscribers, we're going to crack one of them bad boys open. It's a long road ahead, but every subscriber helps. With that said, though, and as always, thanks for watching. Till next time, everybody.